Hey guys, so you see the devastation behind me. Let's figure out what in the world's going on because there's so much going on at one time. And as you can see, this was due to Hurricane Helene. This is North Carolina. Other places were hit. It started in Florida over the weekend. Then it just really went haywire, mainly in North Carolina. There's people, from what I know, is like at least 153 people that are missed or dead. And you know, the number's the total is gonna keep on rising because they still have to find people. I've seen videos where they're finding people. Thank God that they were alive. If you have family members, as if I do, check in with your family because this is devastating. This is North Carolina, and like they said, certain parts of North Carolina has been wiped out. The waves this is a lot. I want to show you guys some other pictures of this. So as you guys can see here, this is another part of the devastation. And it says right here that supplies arrived by plane and by mule in North Carolina as Helene's death toll tops 130. And like I said, as the hours go on, it's going to rise. So all we can do is just pray that they find more people alive and just continue to pray. But everybody has questions. I think the main questions that everybody has is this part of the weather manipulation, mainly because of what's going to be happening next month. Everything has seemed to have been happening in October. It's so much going on at one time. It's kind of eerie that this storm came out of nowhere and it was a category 4. This hasn't happened since Hurricane Katrina. North Carolina is like wiped. Not all of it, because there's some people that's on here that's from North Carolina, but there are people still without power in North Carolina, okay? And if you are, I hope all of you guys are okay. We're praying for you, and I hope that they give you guys the same help that they gave Katrina, if not more, because I feel like they could have still did better then. But all this is happening at one time. I really want to know what you guys are thinking about this because it's just right the month before all this is going on, right? Just really think about this. Check this out. I know this is crazy, but at the same time, all of this is happening. This is just yesterday that a chemical plant blew up in Georgia, Conyers, Georgia. And it's funny because I used to live over there years ago. And this has happened where they had to do a shelter in place where they could not leave their home. They were told not to leave their homes. Obviously, they was not forced, but they were told not to leave their homes due to these chemicals. They did not specify what kind of chemicals, which is kind of weird, what kind of chemicals was coming out of there. But most people that live around it and smelt it said it smelled like chlorine. You can see these plumes of smoke. They're not just gray. They're not just black. These are red. Nobody knows what they're breathing in. Is it going into the water? This is a lot of questions that a lot of people that live around there need to know, but they're not telling them that. They're just saying that. And most people didn't even know this was going on besides the people that lived there and it was on the news, immediate news. So if you guys don't know, this happened yesterday. And check in for those that in Georgia as well. What in the world is going on? This is a lot. And I'm telling you guys, these are plumes that it looked like an explosion, like we were bombed. That's what it looked like. Not saying it did. We don't know exactly how the explosion happened. They're not telling a lot of information. And that's another thing that questions everybody. But this is what's going on. And they're not telling people what kind of chemicals is in there, what they need to be looking out for. So as you see here, this is like part of it. That's how much smoke. And look how far away this is and the smoke. And I want you guys to look it up for yourselves. But I try to keep you guys posted on all the things that's going on in the world. We are definitely living in perilous times. Even when it comes to the storm of the Hurricane Helene. Yes, it says the sea and the waves will be roaring. So it's prophecy that it's going to happen. But there's certain things that God did not tell us where they're going to be doing weather manipulation, whether they're doing things on purpose. And we know that currently Lebanon and Israel have been bombing each other. And I'm going to have to do another post because I think there was just a missile. I don't know if Israel did another missile, Iran did another missile to Israel. Something just happened. And I'm going to have to tune you guys in. Well, we don't know what is going on, and they're not going to tell us until it's too late. So stuff like this happening yesterday. And then that's not all. Check this out. I know you guys heard about this too. So as of today, there's supposed to be a major strike with the port strike That's going to affect a lot of us. They said it was supposed to be Texas. I would say, let me just put it this way. I'm saying from Houston, Texas on up to the East Coast, they said that they're going to be affected where, because they're doing this strike, the strikes is coming about because they feel like they need better pay. They want better insurance. And I believe they do deserve it because these people are working around the clock to get us our distributions from all around the world where we can eat, where people can have their farms and everything. So they said, this is the news right here. The U.S. port strike is bad news for farmers, furniture stores, and just about everyone else. The effects of the 45,000 worker longshore man strike are expected to be devastating. And mainly because, you see my daughter, and mainly because people can begin to panic. We need our food to be shipped to us. We need our supplies to be shipped to us. People just think that we just go to the stores and it's just going to be there. How does it get there? We get this stuff shipped all around the world, right? So this is going to begin to affect a lot of us, okay, if this lasts a long amount of time. So far today, they have begun to strike. So as of right now, it don't seem as bad, but there are people that will begin to panic, go in the stores, buy a bunch of stuff. And what happens is it could begin to be where stores won't have stuff because these shipments are not going out. And it can become a supply and demand issue because we can't supply it and people are demanding more of it. Guess what? Prices are going to go up. So all this right here is going to create chaos, okay? And like I said, all before the month before election. It's crazy. Check this. So they're saying this hasn't happened since 1977. They said the strike could cost the economy an estimated $5 billion a day. So they just started today, y'all. Strikes dispute include pay, terminal automation, project issues. White House officials hope for a short strike. My thing is, if the White House has a safe field, why don't you make something happen? That's a whole nother ball game. But this right here can really hurt us. It says the strike blocks everything from food to automobile shipments across dozens of ports from Maine to Texas, and a distribution analysts warn will cost the economy billions of dollars a day, threaten jobs, and potential stoke inflation. This could get really evil, y'all. It could get really bad because people will begin to panic once they see shelves start getting empty and they realizing that the strike is lasting longer than it's supposed to. My thing is, we can send money to other countries, right? Our current president, we can send all this money to certain countries, billions of dollars. But people that work in our country, that's been doing great jobs, y'all can't give them what they need. This is a perfect example of how twisted our country is. It really is. You know, it makes no sense. We could give it to other countries, but we can't with our own. And just to close out, on top of that, yesterday, there was a major Verizon outage where the mobile users for Verizon can only stay in, they were limited to SOS mode. And if you see right here, this is down detector. I always tell you guys, if there is an outage with your phones, you check down detector and they'll let you know how big and if there is an outage. And right here, you see how wide it was. I had people that were not able to call me, and their phones, as of last night, it did come back on, but it was across the United States. I need to know what y'all thinking because this is all happening as of yesterday and over the weekend. And this is minus the war that we are going through when it comes to Lebanon, Iran, and when it comes to Israel. And people would say, what does that have to do with us? It has a lot to do with us because of the allies they have. And just recently, as I just told you guys, I'm going to have to get back on here because I think there was just a missile that went off when it comes to Iran. And Iran, Russia, they all been threatening to bomb us. And I told you guys, you heard the dream I had. It's coming. I need you guys to wake up, stay prayed up, because it seems like October is going to be a bumpy ride.